viewers, welcome to watch another gameplay video on my channel. You're watching FMIPS19's YouTube channel, and once again I'll be bringing you a gameplay video of the Battlefield 1 beta. This is obviously one of the two game modes of the online beta played on PlayStation 4, and everything is fine and dandy as you can see. With the exception of that, I'm using the assault class, so that's only for playable player classes. It's, I guess the main focus is on close quarter combat. It has a high fire rate, let's call it a small machine gun, compared to the support class, which has the pretty rugged large machine gun. As you can see, it's that class, the support class. There's still some bugs they have to be working on, at least on the outside, I guess. He has that slinging pouch all over the place.
We have taken objective.
So far the vehicles are quite good. The downside is of course that it's pretty hard to shoot things while on the move, and as you can see I'm bouncing all over, and this particular vehicle is pretty problematic because you're most of the time out in the open, and enemies can kill you pretty easily. But the other more armored weapons are in fact, like this one, are quite effective. The downside is that they have a limited view, so you don't see as much of the surroundings. You can see only a funny part. As you can see, that's the gun turret or Gatling gun on top of this. This is pretty effective. You can see that the vertical view is quite limited, but and you cannot shoot so as much up as you would like to. You can use, okay, that's the enemy heavier tank, I would say. What I can do is to try to avoid combat. These little pesky foot soldiers are not a problem unless they have dynamite or some the kind of anti-vehicle weaponry, like the sniper class has. The sniper class, I would say, the scout class has those full metal jacket anti-vehicle rounds. So they have a couple of those which are quite effective at a close range. Not that you would want to get in a close quarter fight with any of the vehicles, because that's quite honestly you are at a significant disadvantage there. But as far as the vehicle gameplay goes, you can rest assured that it's the best way at this very map to travel from one point to other, and if you have some of your squad mates or other teammates, they can assist you pretty fine. And if you manage to get a hold on a squad and cooperate, there's plenty of opportunities to score big, I would say, and collectively focus on each of the squad's missions. So now I have just two players, me and someone shooting the Gatling gun. It's good to give them an opportunity to wield the weapon and give them as much as time as possible. You can see that the point of view is quite wobbly, and you'll have a lot of trouble getting your aim straight if you're moving. So that's definitely a downside. These smaller vehicles have that to them. They cannot Well, this is an
We have
armored
lost
vehicle,
objective
so you don't
apples.
have to worry about other than larger vehicles and tanks, which have heavy artillery. Perhaps some of the airplanes have some of those bombs. You want to avoid them, but other than that, if enemies don't get into close proximity, there's not much you have to worry about. The shooting is quite hard. You see that I have to wait a bit because the Gatling guns overheated, and it takes some time to. I can't even aim straight, but these guys don't have a chance.
We have lost objective
As you
Duff.
can see, it's pretty darn effective to take down or mow down those enemies. And you can see that the gun's heating up. You can see that this close range assault rifle is quite, or small machine gun is quite good at these kinds of tight
We have
spaces
taken
and
objective butter.
at a close distance. But other than that, as you can see, I'm right about to shoot down here. From this vantage point, you can see that it does very little, if not all, at all damage, because the spread is all in place, and at this range it really does.
We have lost objective Charlie.
I guess it's more of a sideshow from this range, but from closer, in close combat, inside the buildings, and I guess in this game there would be some kind of fighting in trenches, so I'd expect it to be very effective there.
We have lost objective
On the downside,
butter.
it has quite limited magazine size and a fast fire rate, which means you have to avoid missing your enemy, and otherwise you'll find your magazine empty, and reloading takes a lot of time. It's been a good video on some of the vehicle gameplay, and these SUVs or what you call them, like desert buggies, are quite effective. Can't see where the enemy is. I do hear the sound. Okay, there's some one of those sling bags going up about over the place. It's good to have your sidearm prepared at all times, because very often you'll find yourself out of you wasted
We have taken objective butter.
one of your clips, and you have to rely on your sidearm. You can see that this weapon is not effective at all. I really like playing the assault class. It does have the
We have
anti-vehicle
lost
grenade
objective
and dynamite, so it's more of a Russian type of class, fitted for close combat in residential areas with corners and cover and that kind of stuff. But at long range, it really comes no surprise that it is pretty much useless. Even your sidearm is. This weapon really has the range of a sidearm, so you can basically pinpoint enemies and wait for them to come close to you.
Dikkat edin. Orada bir gözcü var.
This is not effective at all.
Düşman
I can
sömürücü.
apply some suppression. It nearly takes one magazine and
We have lost
some
objective butter.
5 to 10 burst shots to kill an enemy.
We have taken objective apples.
But I guess this is going to be the end of this gameplay video. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed some of my vehicle gameplay. I guess I'll be doing a couple of more videos in the near future. There's still some of this beta available, and I'm gonna play it as much as I can. Lately I haven't been winning so much, so I'll have
We
to
are losing objective George.
wait for the tide to turn, and I guess I can then record some decent gameplay footage of me succeeding.
Bir tank görüldü.
Okay, thanks for watching.
We have lost objective George.